Hey there, Marina Ormes here with your Astro Vibe for Monday, May 1st. Today, the moon is in Virgo and we have a Pluto station. So I'm going to be talking a little bit about what all of that means. But in the meantime, if you missed it yesterday, I shared about this week's upcoming lunar eclipse in Scorpio, big opportunities for shift and change and new ways of being, opening up to new possibility. So lots of insight in yesterday's video about the current energies that we're in and how this particular upcoming lunar eclipse will help us shift within those bigger picture energies and what it means for each of us and how to work with it. So for today, we continue with the Virgo moon. I shared some insights about Virgo on Saturday when the moon went into Virgo, and we talked about self-critical thoughts and how to reframe them and understand that it's just you and the universe trying to see improvements and humility, right? Humility that can really allow us to be of service, and of service to ourselves, of service to the people around us, our communities, our families, and taking care of our bodies and just being in the world in a way that helps to generate results. And improve on things. So with today's Virgo moon, we continue that theme, and we continue with the magic of Virgo, really, which is about how we create things in the physical world and how we have this power and ability to improve upon what we are creating. And so whether that is sweeping your floor and removing debris and clutter and dust, or whether it's fixing something that didn't work, or whether it's really attending to the details in something you're working on to perfect it, to make it better, that energy of Virgo opening us to the ability to create something in a more perfect way is truly something that can help us feel happier, clearer, make things that are beautiful and more perfect, right? And so perfection is like the realm of divinity. It's the realm of the divine and the bigger picture of spirit. And when we can bring some of that into our work, our daily routines, our ways of being of service, our creations, then we are embodying that divine energy. We're bringing spirit into our work and in through the things that we create. So you don't have to be perfect, right? If your floor is not swept, that doesn't mean you're a bad person. It just means that it's a good time to look for ways that you might improve on something in your life to that's helpful, that's beneficial, that is helping you to feel good and move forward. And today we have also Pluto in Aquarius. So Pluto is, the farthest out planet in the solar system, and it takes a long time to go around its orbit and to go around the zodiac. So 246 years, I think it is, and it is its full cycle around the zodiac. And anyway, it's a long it moves very slowly, and so when it's in a sign, it stays in a sign for 15-20 years. And when it is going into Aquarius, as it did recently, and we've been talking about that here, it's today making that very slow, slowing down, pausing, and then moving retrograde. So just like Mercury goes retrograde, that some of the other planets also go retrograde. Everything that is anyway, like the moon doesn't go retrograde, and the sun doesn't go retrograde, but many of the planets do. So with Pluto's station, what is happening is that Pluto slows down and changes directions. And when it does that, we call it a station because it is hovering at a point for a period of time. And so today is that day when it is changing directions. And what happens is Pluto slows down and hovers right at that point, and that tends to enhance the energy of Pluto. So what ends up happening when there's a planet stationing is that we have a day that energy is heightened. So today we have Pluto energy heightened, and Pluto is the planet of transformation, of truth, of power, of those deeper places of our soul's needs, and connecting with sort of the mystery and depth of who we are. What is our truth? What is important to us? Like, what is our soul's purpose? And some of those big, deep questions like that. And so those themes are heightened today. And it might be a good day to create some sacred space and time to just give yourself the ability to feel, to move through any process of transformation or adjustment in self-awareness, in your thinking, right? Something might be moving and changing inside of you. And that energy of Pluto is making that something that is moving today. It's a good thing to have that Plutonian energy up because it helps us release, it helps us clear out old ways of being. So Pluto is the planet of death and rebirth. It's transformation. So we are letting go, releasing. And in Aquarius, we're going to go back over some of those very early degrees of Aquarius that Pluto has passed through. So Pluto went from Capricorn into Aquarius. You might recall that was in March. And now as Pluto changes directions to go retrograde, it's going to head back toward and go into Capricorn again. But it's had this brief time in Aquarius. And so the toes dipping in the water experience of Pluto in Aquarius, it's like we've been putting the toe in the water, in the water, in the water. And now as Pluto goes retrograde, we'll pull the toes back out of the water and go back to what we know and what we're still working on with Pluto in very late Capricorn. So what does that mean? Aquarius, of course, is the energy of the future, of new ways of seeing things, of vision for the future, grassroots change, communities, equality, freedom, these things that equalize and bring us into thinking about the future and thinking about a cause. So themes of change, themes of grassroots movements, social justice, and not, some of the nonviolent types of approaches from the civil rights movement and things like that might resurface and might also develop and change in ways that that are new to our times. We are definitely dealing with new technology, with new kinds of communication, with new ways, that computers and artificial intelligence are showing up in our lives. So themes about what all of that means, what it means about our possibilities and potential going forward. We're going to be, so we've stepped a little bit into that realm of Aquarius and Aquarian thinking, and now we're going to go review what we have already started to get a glimpse into, and then Pluto will return back into Capricorn, where we will be completing some of the work that we've been doing since 2008 with Pluto in Capricorn, helping us transform our systems, our structures, our institutions, our ways of organizing, our foundations, dealing with government and authority and authoritarianism. We have some work still to finish on these themes, and Pluto going in and out of Capricorn, Aquarius over the next couple of years is going to help us continue that work and hopefully bring some more completion to it through the slow workings, right, of the system and the process, and also the system itself needing to change. And so Pluto in Aquarius giving us this opportunity to really think about, what do we want the future to bring? How do we want things to look like in the future and in a new paradigm? What are the new paradigms and what might that look like? So some of those things coming up today with some emphasis, at least feeling that depth of Pluto and Plutonian truths emerging from the deeper recesses of our being, of our awareness, and maybe coming up to the light to be seen and processed, and allow us to change and become more of what we're here to be. So again, we have a lunar eclipse in Scorpio. So today's emphasis on Pluto is also contributing to that energy. And Pluto is a modern ruler of Scorpio. So it deals with themes of transformation, of letting go, of death and rebirth, and deeper healing. So, or at least the potential for deeper healing, right? If we're doing the work. So yesterday's video went in depth on the lunar eclipse and, kind of how it helps us shift in terms of bringing a shorter term energy that helps us activate some of these longer term planetary placements. And so obviously the full moon is something that happens pretty quickly. This one is a lunar eclipse, so it has some potency and some energy that will ripple out, and also has some opportunities for us to shift and change in the shorter term that are going to ripple out and impact the longer term. All right. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Marina Ormes. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And I'm here every day with Astrology for Unshakable Self-Care, helping you understand how the planets and more impact you and how to work with that as it shows up in different ways every day. And you can find more about me at astrologyheals.com. I have opportunities to work with me one-on-one and work with your chart to take advantage of these amazing planetary energies and what they're inviting us to step into. So if you are looking for support in your own process of healing, growth, transformation, and self-awareness, that is a great way to get some accelerated, tools for accelerating your own transformative process. Thank you again for being here. I will see you next time, and I'm at astrologyheals.com. See you next time. Bye for now.